Pnawn da, y cynghorydd Tristan Lewis ydw i a fi di is-gadeirydd y Pwyllgor Cynllunio. Hoffwn groesawu pawb i'r gyfarfod sy'n gyfarfod aml leoliad. Yn ogystal ag aelodau'r Pwyllgor, mae gennym hefyd swyddogion yn ymuno ni gynorthwyo gyda'n trafodaethau, ynghyd ag unrhyw siaradwyr cofestredig. Bydd y cyfarfod yn cael ei ffrydio'n fyw, a'i recordio a bydd ar gael i wylio ar ôl i'r cyfarfod ddod i ben. Os bydd y ffrydio byw yn methu, bydd y cyfarfod yn parhau a bydd recordiad ar gael trwy wefan y cyngor ar ôl i'r cyfarfod ddod i ben. Fe hoffwn i atgoffa aelodau bod y gwasanaeth cyfieithu ar gael. Os hoffech chi ddefnyddio'r gwasanaeth yma, dewisiwch yr opsiwn iaith Saesneg ar yr uned meicroffon os ydych chi yn y siambr y cyngor ac os ydych chi'n bresennol o bell, cliciwch ar y tab Audio Settings a dewis English. I'r rheini sy'n dymuno siarad yn siambr y cyngor, gwasgwch y botwm push to speak ar eich meicroffon sydd wedi ei leoli ar waelod y panel meicroffon. Yn yr un modd i'r rheini sy'n bresennol o bell, gwasgwch y tab push to speak, bydd eich enwau'n ymddangos mewn ciw a byddaf yn dewis siaradwyr yn ei tro. Peidiwch a defnyddio'r botwm llaw melyn, dim ond os ydych chi eisiau cyfrannu gyda phwynt o drefn y dylid defnyddio hwn. Wrth i ni arfer gyda'r system gynadleddau newydd, mae'n werth nodi os ydy eich meicroffon yn goch, rydych chi'n dal i siarad, ond dylech chi aros nes bydd y cadeirydd yn eich gwahodd i siarad. Fe allai rhai sydd mewn ciw ymddangos yn wyrdd i ddechrau, ond byddwch yn newid i goch wrth i chi symud fyny y ciw. Mwyn cadw eich lle yn y ciw i siarad, pan fyddwch yn gofyn cwestiwn, gadewch eich meicroffon ymlaen nes i chi dderbyn ymateb a gofyn unrhyw gwestiynau atodol. I'r rhai sydd yn bresennol o bell, cofiwch nad oes modd i'r rheini yn y siambr ddefnyddio'r cyfleuster sgwrsio. Os ydy'r rhai sydd yn bresennol o bell yn gorfod gadael y cyfarfod dros dro, rhowch neges yn y cyfleuster sgwrsio fel bod y swyddog gwasanaethau democrataidd yn gwybod ac yna rhowch wybod i ni pan fyddwch chi yn eich ôl. Gan symud ymlaen at yr rhaglen, ymddiheuriadau am absenoldeb. Jane, os yn bosib.
Hello there. Apologies from Councillors Anthony Batola, Yvonne Lloyd and Austin Roberts. Are there any more?
Na, dyna ni, diolch yn fawr. Eitem 2, datgan cysylltiad, cod ymddygiad Llywodraeth leol. Atgoffir yr aelodau bod rhaid iddynt ddatgan bodolaeth a natur eu cysylltiadau personol. Cynghorydd Sam Cotton.
Thank you, Chair. It's item 5A, the application at Ysgol y Crwydd in Penrhyn Bay. It's personal and prejudicial. My sister is a football coach for a team that train and play their home matches there, so I shall leave the meeting.
Diolch yn fawr. Hapus? Ia. Dyna ni nes... diolch yn fawr. Cynghorydd Chris Cater, yeah?
Diolch yn fawr, pnawn da. Yes, it's the variation of condition 13 on the planning approval 0/51657. So that's 51A, as Cynghorydd Sam's just said. So I'm an Ysgol y Crwydd governor, appointed by the local authority, and also my grandson has started to play for Penrhyn Bay Football Club and is a member of one of their teams, so it's personal and prejudicial, and I will leave the room. Thank you.
Thank you. Diolch, hapus. Cynghorydd Stephen Price.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I'll have to declare personal and prejudicial because I have family members whose property lives backs onto the playing field, so I can
on the same item, yeah?
Yeah, and they have put in a letter of objection as well.
Okay, diolch yn fawr. Hapus? Yeah. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi. Nesa ydy eitem 3, materion brys. Dwi ddim yn ymwybodol o unrhyw rai, eitem brys. Felly, dyn ni'n symud i eitem 4 gyfeillion. I'r cofnodion, cymeradwyo a llofnodi cofnodion y cyfarfod diwetha fel cofnod cywir tudalennau 5 i 9. Gai, os da chi'n hapus, gai gynigydd ag eilydd ysgolch yn dda. Cynghorydd Alan Hunter yn cynnig. A dyna ni Cynghorydd Joe Nuttall yn eilio. Gai ofyn i chi ddangos drwy godi llaw os gwelwch yn dda. Ardderchog, diolch yn fawr. Rhywun yn erbyn? Dyna ni, diolch yn fawr iawn i chi gyd. Symud ymlaen i eitem 5 ag ystyried yr adroddiadau canlynol. Rhif y cais dim blaenslais 52571 Ysgol y Creuddyn, amrywio amod rhif 13, caniatad cynllunio dim blaenslais 51657, sef glaswell artiffisial bob tywydd newydd gyda ffensys perimeter a storfa cysylltiedig, 6 olofn lleifoliadau, twmpathau dear, 2, do you want me to read the whole lot? Or you've got it in front of you members, haven't you? Yeah? Felly dyma sgenna ni, da chi'n gweld bod yna stafell newid, stafell gymunedol, ac wrth gwrs darparu cynllun gwella bio amrywiaeth oherwydd newid amseru gwaith adeiladu. Dyna ydy'r cais sydd gennym ni o'n blaenau ni gyfeillion. Mae gennym ni un siaradwr, Luca Zanolin, sydd yn siarad yn erbyn. Luca, would you like to come up? There we are. Thank you. Many thanks. You have 3 minutes to speak, and then you have 30. We'll notify you when you have 30 seconds left. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing me to speak at this application planning committee. In truth, I don't know why we're here today debating this matter and wasting your time and mine in the process. The original planning application for this development was approved nearly a year ago. The development should go ahead as originally planned, and if for whatever reason the original application has become obsolete, a brand new one should be submitted. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever to seek this amendment. The reasons cited by Conwy councils are baseless and are only aimed at cutting corners for reasons that I'm not going to speculate here today. One objection letter perfectly summarizes the reason why this amendment has been applied for, and I very much hope that we have taken vision of it. In this instance, a retrospective ecological survey will be impossible to be carried out. Please use your common sense, ladies and gentlemen. I've been in touch with the CIEEM, and they agree it would be incorrect to carry out the ecological survey in the form proposed by Conwy Council. Put it simply, it should be carried out as originally planned and at the next window of opportunity. Approving this amendment will also set a dangerous precedent that could be taken advantage by unscrupulous developers. In the recent past, planning applications were rejected by this panel because the ecological survey was incomplete. We need consistency in decision making. There should be an unanimous decision be taken against this application, and it is straightforward with no personal interpretation issues. You've all been voted in your post by the local residents, and I'm sure they expect you to consider environmental issues with your utmost concern. I'm sure a lot of you on this panel, if not all, are friends of your local parks and designated green areas. I don't know how you could reconcile this if you were to vote in favour of this application. On a side note, I've noticed Conwy Council are already advertising caretaker jobs that include looking after this facility. They obviously think it's all done and dusted. I'm sure you'll all come to the right decision, but let me be clear and leave you in no doubt. If this application is passed, I will seek a judicial review. To summarize, please vote against this application and let the development go ahead as originally planned. Thank you very much for your time.
I now move over now. Dwi rwan trosglwyddo i'r swyddog cynllunio, Mr Andrew Huntley. Diolch yn fawr.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Good afternoon, councillors. I'll just firstly draw your attention to the addendum that you've hopefully seen from today, which talks about the updated conversations we've had with the ecologist. It largely relates not to this condition, because we are purely discussing condition 13 of a consent that we approved a year ago. Do we have some slides? Just so members can see what the pitch actually looks like.
Which number slide?
I've just got one of the actual pitches.
The mine number. The site layout.
Site layout, yeah. Okay, a lot of this relates to ecology. We do actually have our ecologist with us that can probably explain things a lot better than I can. But what they are seeking is an amendment to the approved condition 13, which is a programme of monitoring works. And actually, Kate, can I hand over to you to explain from the ecology side of view why we have come? It's all in the report, but you can see that we are recommending approval on this application. And I think it does come down to the expert advice we've received from our ecologist.
Can you hear me? Hello, Kate Surrey. The reason for advising approval was because what is proposed is a much more bespoke, robust monitoring programme, which would extend the BTO guideline framework, which runs over winter, October to March, to include the months August and September. When we know curlew and other overwintering birds are using fields in the locality of Uscol Craven. So what we end up with a varied monitoring programme would be some pre-commencement survey, daytime and nighttime. We'd end up with direct feedback into the construction programme, as the ecological clerk of works could feed back on current use. If there's periods, for example, of sub-minus temperatures, and overwintering birds are using the fields in the early mornings, it may be that construction can be knocked forward. It also it gives us, as an authority, a really useful evidence base for future land use decisions on Uscol Craven's recreational site, but also helps us to inform future applications with similar issues. So from that perspective, I think what is proposed is going to be a far more useful evidence base for us to really answer the question. I mean, we know curlew and overwintering birds are using the site when it's not disturbed currently. We want to test that assumption with the data to see if that's still the case at downtime during construction and in the years ahead. So that's the rationale for supporting the variation as proposed.
Yeah, I think, you know, what we're very much just concerned with is just this condition. It's not the whole application again. The principle has been established, councillors, for this new sports pitch. It is just purely the acceptability on an ecological basis for accepting this variation of condition. And you've heard from our ecologist and why we've come to this recommendation in front of you today.
Lovely. Diolch yn fawr, thank you. I'd like to call on Paula Jones. Ysgwelwch yn dda. Diolch.
Thank you, Chair. I was just going to run through the addendum as well because there's been a slight change to the information that's in the Planning Committee report. The Planning Committee report sets out our ecologist's comments whereby she has prepared a condition. Now, since preparing the report, there have been discussions that have taken place between the applicant's ecologist and our ecologist, and they have been able to supply additional information in terms of the methodology and the survey data that they're proposed to carry out. So contained within the addendum, there are dates in terms for carrying out the daytime and nighttime surveys. I won't go through each date, but it's set out there. Obviously, it was subject to suitable weather conditions. So that sets that out in terms of how that's going to go, and accordingly that if the application is approved, it will be approved on the basis that the surveys are carried out in accordance with the approved details, and that there will be a requirement to submit the survey information to be submitted in March following each survey season. Thank you.
Diolch yn fawr. Rwan te, dwi am agor o i'r llawr ac i chi aelodau a'r siaradwr cyntaf ydy'r cynghorydd Alan Hunter. Diolch, cynghorydd Alan.
Yes, thanks, Chair. Is that coming through okay? Yeah. I've been asked to ask a couple of questions and there's a short statement by the local member who's this sits in her constituency. The questions are how the studies proposed can ascertain whether the curlews actually favour the sheltered playing fields in certain weather conditions, and how can we have a baseline when the 3G pitch will have been constructed. Surely the studies have to be done before construction, as the whole point is to ensure the construction methods are most appropriate and fully adapted to the curlews feeding in the fields. Thanks, Chair.
Diolch yn fawr. Ga i basio hwnna i Andrew, ie? Y swyddog?
I think, Kate, this is
Neu'r Kate, ie?
definitely one for you.
Diolch.
Okay. I think I covered both of those points in that some of the survey dates will be pre-commencement, some will be overnight in periods when construction's not ongoing, and they'll cover a broad range of weather conditions and tide conditions as well, because we're talking quite a lot of survey dates over the 6-month period. So it'll really give us an interesting picture of how the birds are using the site, what sex are males preferring the site over females. Not just curlew, a woodcock, which are known to use sites locally, also using it. So I think it will give us a really useful picture. Does that answer your questions?
Yeah, thanks, Kate. Thanks, Chair.
Diolch yn fawr. Nesa i siarad ydy cynghorydd Andrew Wood. Diolch yn fawr.
Thank you, Chair. I can trust you hear me properly. Yeah.
Yes, we can, thanks.
We're talking about a variation of condition here. We debated this at long last year. I'd just like to thank Kate for her explanation and the addendum. Obviously, there has been been talks between the applicant. So I would like to propose we accept the officer's recommendations, which are noted in A and B. I would suggest that people don't come and speak and threaten the council with judicial reviews at this point, but that's just my personal comment. Thank you very much. So that's my proposal.
Diolch yn fawr, da ni wedi cael cynnig yn fanna. Cynghorydd David Carr, ydych chi yn eilio'r cynnig neu dymuno siarad?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I'd like to second Councillor Andrews' proposal. We did pass this, and there was a lot of opposition from people in the area, as you need to remember, and we went ahead with it. I think we need to be mindful of that we do need proper environmental protections for the birds, and I think what we're doing is sensible and proportionate. So I second Councillor Andrews' proposal that we accept officer's recommendations.
Diolch yn fawr iawn. Os unrhyw un arall yn dymuno siarad neu dymuno wneud cynnig arall? Nag oes, iawn felly. Felly, nhw'n ni ofyn am ddechrau'r bleidlais. Pleidleisio drwy ddefnyddio'r swyddogaeth bleidleisio. Bydd pleidlais a dewisiadau electronig i'w gweld. Cliciwch ar y dewis a ffefrir o blaid yn erbyn neu ymatal. Ac felly ffwrach chi a phleidleisio.
Has everybody voted? Okay, bear with me. Okay.
Iawn, pawb wedi pleidleisio. Ia, mi wnawn ni ofyn am gair bleidlais os gwelwch yn dda, Berwyn. Dyna ni, mae hwnna'n unfrydol. O na, un yn ymatal, ia. Dyna ni, diolch yn fawr iawn i chi gyd. Felly, ymlaen i'r cais nesa. Rhif y cais, dim blaenslais 5-2-1 dim 4. O ia, wrth gwrs. Se rwy'n yn hoffi dod ar aelodau a allan. Diolch, Carol. Diolch yn fawr gyfeillion. Ymlaen i'r cais nesaf felly, rhif y cais, dim blaenslais 5-2-1 dim 4, maes carafanau Berthlwyd Hall, Llechwedd Conwy, creu mynedfa newydd i gerbydau, ffurfio ffordd fynediad fewnol newydd ar gyfer danfoniadau yn unig a newidiadau i'r fynedfa bresennol ynghyd â gwaith cysylltiedig. Mae gennym ni siaradwr, Mr Jeff Davies, sef yr ymgeisydd sydd yn siarad o blaid. Felly gai wahodd Mr Davies i fyny, sgwylwch yn dda. Bydd gennych chi 3 munud. Mr Davies, you have 3 minutes. Yeah, and we'll remind you when you have 30 seconds left, when you're ready.
I'm here today as one of the directors of the family-run business that owns and operates Berthlwyd Hall Holiday Park to talk about the importance of securing a new access route for caravan deliveries to ensure the long-term viability of our business. I know a lot of you visited the site yesterday, so are familiar with the current route. There are a number of issues with the current arrangement. Firstly, the current route involves traversing across land that's not in our ownership, so relies on permission of our neighbours. Deliveries are also limited to the dry months, so the field is impassable for at least 6 months of the year. Historically, we've been able to change delivery dates or arrange delivery at short notice, reacting to the prevailing weather conditions. In recent years, this approach has not been possible, as our hauliers are now required to seek permits and advise the local police force of the movements in advance. As a result, we have to plan a couple of weeks ahead, and if the weather deteriorates in the meantime, we're forced to deliver it in less than favourable conditions. We did issue some photos. I'm not sure if they've found their way to you of such a delivery. Obviously, delivering in these conditions is significantly more difficult and time consuming, and it increases the risk to both the safety of our employees and contractors and their property. Multiple delivery vehicles have suffered damage during the delivery process, and this, along with the increased danger to their employees, has led the hauliers to question whether they will continue to provide us with their services. All this, combined with the spiralling costs of a process which is becoming increasingly complex and hazardous, means that an alternate route is needed as a matter of urgency. Our proposal involves moving the access point a couple of hundred yards further down Hendra Road and onto land which is owned by the park. The new access point will make the process quicker and safer, easing congestion at delivery times. Unaffected by the weather and ground conditions, deliveries can be spread across the year rather than solely during the busier spring and summer months. Importantly, there'll be no changes to the number or size of caravans being delivered. On average, there are some 5 movements each year, sometimes more, sometimes less, but the average frequency of movements has not changed over the past 20 to 30 years and crucially will not change moving forwards. Obviously, all the impacts of the proposal have been assessed by the local planning officer and the conclusions are presented in the report. The original application was made back in 2018 and there have been a number of changes and alterations after a lengthy but productive consultation with the planning department.
30 seconds left.
Okay. These have all culminated in the current version of the application, which the officer has recommended for approval. There are no objections from statutory consultees. We've also discussed the proposals with our local council member, Gronwy Edwards, who's expressed he has no objections. We all agree that the existing route is no longer viable and that a new route must be found, with the current proposals being the best option available.
Lovely. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Okay.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
Gai rwan drosglwyddo i'r swyddog cynllunio, a dwi'n meddwl na Andrew sy'n cymryd hwn unwaith eto. Diolch. Andrew, nac ie. So, diolch yn fawr.
Liz wants to take over.
Sorry, just with regard to the addendum, there's a couple of, corrections on there. On paragraph 2 in the appendix, application 0//47318 was refused on the 10th of the 10th, 2021, not 2007. And that application actually went to appeal and was dismissed on the 13th of 7th, 2021. Paragraph 18 in the appendices, it should read NRW has no objections in respect to the impact on the SNP, but state that they assume the authority has screened the application, concluded that any impacts on landscape is unlikely. The LPA has screened the application and considered the proposal would not have an impact on the visual amenity of the locality, as discussed above and below. And just one verbal update. Members are advised that the applicant's agent has submitted photos to show the existing delivery arrangements, and I understand that they may have been circulated to members through email. Thank you.
Diolch yn fawr. Diolch yn fawr, Liz Wood. Reit, dwi am agor o'r llawr o Sky a'r siaradwr cyntaf ydy'r cynghorydd Alan Hunter. Diolch, Alan.
Thanks, Chair. As usual, the site visit yesterday was very, very beneficial, as were the photographs showing just the serious difficulties of using the existing route. From the presentation done by Mr. Davis and the further explanation, I'm more than happy to propose that we go with the officer's recommendation on this application.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, cynghorydd. Rwan te, dyn ni'n symud i cynghorydd Andrew Wood. Ydych chi yn eilio cynghorydd Wood neu'n dewis siarad fel arall neu unrhyw gwestiwn?
Thank you, Tristan. Yes, I'm happy to second this after a very interesting site visit yesterday. So, yeah, happy to second the proposal that Council Hunter has put through. We're minded to grant this. Thank you.
Diolch yn fawr iawn. Cynghorydd John Nuttall isio wneud cynnig arall neu siarad?
Yeah, question please, just to clear something up. So the neighbour objections all seem to be objecting to a potential extension of the park and not the new track per se. On looking at the last application which was refused, I read through the reasoning for the refusal. I'm just a little bit confused as to what's changed since that reasoning. I'll read it out. The refusal reasons last time were the scale and appearance of the development in an elevated position would be detrimental to the visual amenity and the character of the sensitive rural landscape in this locality within a designated special landscape area and adversely affect the setting of the adjacent Snowdonia National Park and will be contrary to its list for policies of the development plan. The description for the application is identical to this one. The only change I can see is the addition of trees and a wild meadow, so nothing to mitigate. So why the change this time, please?
Diolch yn fawr. Ga i basio ymlaen i'r swyddog i Liz Wood, ia?
I'll take it, yeah. There has been quite significant changes to the softening. So in terms of the wild meadow, there's additional planting as well. And initially the track was like fully like tarmacked initially. They're trying to just make it more agricultural, but it has to deal with getting these large caravans up quite as members would have seen from the site visit. So that's the changes. It's that softening, that landscaping that mitigates the actual visual impact of a new access way.
Thank you. Can I just come back on that? So obviously these vehicles are very large. So in a couple of years' time, when there's great big craters in this farm track, which obviously we've seen as tractors go down roads, will a separate application have to be put in if they want to then tarmac it?
I'll just jump in on that if that's okay. In terms of the proposed use of the access, they're proposing, and our highways team have suggested a condition if members are supportive of the scheme, that it can only be used 5 times per year. So I'm not sure as to why there would be such an impact on that, because it wouldn't be a regular use like HGVs or delivery vans along the highway network adjacent to it. That would be solely used for the deliveries, and that could be restricted.
Yeah, I think it needs to be restricted, because I know if it was my field and I was having to go to the bottom of the field, I'd use that track rather than drive down the field. So it's probably going to get a lot more usage when works are carrying on in the, in the agricultural side of the field. But I just want to be sure that if they did want to tarmac it at a later date, that something would have to be.
That would be in breach of the plans if members support the scheme,
Okay,
because
thank
the
you,
plans they would then be in breach of that condition.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Cynghorydd John hapus, ia. Iawn, felly dwi'n yn gweld unrhyw siaradwyr eraill. Mae gennym ni gynnig gan y cynghorydd Alan Hunter, mae wedi cael ei eilio gan y cynghorydd Andrew Wood, felly mi awn ni i'r bleidlais, os gwelwch yn dda, wrth i ni agor y bleidlais. Diolch yn fawr. Pawb wedi bleidleisio, felly nawn ni gair bleidlais, os gwelwch yn dda. Dyna ni felly 13 o blaid ac 1 yn ymatal. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi. A felly ymlaen i'r cais nesaf. Rhif y cais dim blaen slais 52343 plas yn Trofarth, Llangerniw. Mae hwnna ar dudalennau 35 i 45. Newid defnydd tir o gae amaethyddol i gae marfer cwn. Defnydd unigryw ynghyd â gwaith cysylltiedig ar gyfer mynediad i'r safle, parcio a thirlunio. A mae gennym ni siaradwr, sef Jack Lally, sydd yn siarad o blaid. Gai wahodd Jack i fyny swlch yn dda. The same applies. You have 3 minutes, and we'll remind you when that is 30 seconds before the end. Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr. Prynawn da, members. Thank you for the opportunity to address you regarding this application. This proposal represents a modest farm diversification scheme seeking to make use of a small parcel of agricultural grazing land to be used as a dog exercise field as means of supporting the family-run rural enterprise at Plas and Trofarth. National planning policy in TAN 6 supports such proposals, and the application is considered to accord with the relevant policies of the local development plan. The closest dwelling to the application site is located 100 metres away, between which sits dense vegetation and forestry, limiting potential for both visual and noise impact. The site will operate on a private booking basis, with a maximum of 2 visitors at a time, with opening hours restricted as specified, along with a number of dogs on site to be monitored and a complaints procedure established. No lighting is proposed, and relevant conditions would be attached to any consent as to ensure that residential amenity is maintained. We recognise that the site lies within a special landscape area, and built form has therefore been kept to a bare minimum to be functional, proposing a small movable timber shelter, a permeable stone parking area, and a 1.8 metre timber boundary fence. Existing vegetation will be retained, with native hedgerow planting adopted to offset for the small loss of grassland for parking. The character of the area will therefore be preserved, and biodiversity enhancement provided. The existing site access will be retained, with the Highways Authority raising no objection, with restrictions to be imposed on visitor numbers in addition to free on-site parking spaces provided. There will be sufficient measures in place as to avoid concerns over traffic generation, roadside parking and highway safety. In respect of flood risk, following discussions with an LW, the site boundary has been adjusted to avoid the majority of nearby areas of flood risk zones 2 and 3, along with a 1 metre buffer created between the boundary fencing and adjacent watercourse. NRW have confirmed that they are satisfied that these measures adequately address flood risk concerns. Finally, there is a clear local demand for this type of facility, which would serve both residents and visitors of nearby tourism businesses. This has become clear reading comments on local newspaper articles published ahead of this committee meeting. This scheme will help to sustain the viability and secure the sustainable future of a rural enterprise at Plas and Treforth, while supporting local residents and visitors alike. I respectfully ask members to support the officer's recommendation for approval with conditions. Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr, Jack Lally. Gai wahodd rwan y swyddog cynllunio. Dwi'n meddwl mae Ceri Thomas yn mynd i siarad. Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch Cadeirydd. Dim ond un peth bychan i adrodd a hynny ydy'r ffaith bod cynllun lleoliad wedi newid ychydig bach. Mae yna gopi o'r cynllun lleoliad diwygiedig yn yr addendum, ond maen nhw wedi tynnu'r ffens draw o'r afon chydig bach oherwydd perygl llifogydd. Dyna i gyd.
Ardderchog, diolch yn fawr iawn. Gai wahodd chi rwan gynghorwyr a wrth i agor i'r llawr o ran trafodaeth ac unrhyw gwestiynau sydd gennych chi. Cynghorydd Joe.
Diolch. Having used dog fields with my dogs and with the dogs that I walk in the past, not in this area, they're much needed, and this is it's a young couple who just want to diversify, and I think it's a great idea. They seem to have thought of everything. They're not close to houses, they've limited the amount of dogs, so I would be happy to propose that we go with the officer's recommendations.
Ardderchog, diolch yn fawr. Mae yna gynnig yn fanne. Nesa i siarad ydy'r cynghorydd Gwennol. Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr. Ia, dwi'n dymuno eilio cynnig y cynghorydd Joe. Sgwch y dda.
Dyna ni, mae gennym ni gynigydd ac eilydd. Mae gennym ni cynghorydd David Carr eisiau siarad. Diolch, cynghorydd David.
I was going to second Joe. Sorry. I was going to second Joe's proposal, so yeah, I very much support this.
Ardderchog, diolch yn fawr iawn. Mae gennym ni gynigydd ac eilydd cynghorydd Joe. Cynghorydd Samantha Cotton yn dymuno siarad. Diolch.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Yes, absolutely, I support this as well. I just wanted to clarify about the fencing involved, because it says on one of the plans I've seen, it says chicken wire. I've used dog parks such as this in the past, and unfortunately the first thing that one of my dogs does is check out the perimeter for any points of weakness. So I just wanted to be reassured that dogs would be enclosed safe for their own safety and for the safety of any animals that may be around in the countryside surrounding. Thank you.
Diolch yn fawr. Ceri, ydych chi am...
Does gen i ddim byd i adrodd, mond i ddweud bod yr adroddiad yn cyfeirio boundary fence will surround the circumference of the site and will contain a 1 800mm high post and wire mesh with the bottom meter being chicken mesh. So the chicken mesh would come to about that height and post and wire to about that height.
Right, okay.
Cynghorydd Sam yn hapus efo'r...
I don't wish to make any further comments. I'm happy to support the application.
Ardderchog, diolch yn fawr. Mae gennym ni gynigydd, sef Cynghorydd Joe Nuttall ac eilydd Cynghorydd Gwennol Ellis. Felly gai ofyn am agor y bleidlais os gwelwch yn dda. Pawb yn hapus o wedi cael cyfle i bleidleisio. Felly gawn ni gair bleidlais os gwelwch yn dda y berwydd. Dyna ni, mae hwnna'n unfrydol yn fanna 14 o blaid, 40. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi. Symud ymlaen i'r cais nesaf a'r cais ola am y pnawn yma. Sef rhif y cais dim blaenslais 5257 dim, Clwb Pêl-droed Phoenix Penmawr, tudalannau 46 i 52. Lleoli cynhwysydd llong, dyna di shipping container, mae'n debyg. Cynhwysydd llong yn barhaol a dibenion storio sy'n gysylltiedig â Clwb Pêl-droed Phoenix Penmawr. Does gennym ni'n siaradwyr, mi gynnau drosglwyddo i Andrew. Ia, Andrew? Neu pwy sy'n cymryd hwn? Which one of you are taking this one?
No, I'll take it.
Good.
Yeah, application 0/52570. It is the proposed permanent siting of a shipping container for storage purposes for the football club. Well, it's kind of what it says on the tin. I believe most members actually know the site. And there's not much more to say on
Dyna
this.
ni. Oce, diolch
It's
yn
a
fawr iawn.
shipping container.
Ardderchog. Felly, gai agor i'r llaw rwan gyfeillion ac mae gennym ni cynghorydd Chris Cater. Diolch.
Diolch yn fawr. I think my fellow planning committee members will know that I always look at developments in green wedge areas very finely and in detail, because I don't like green wedges being undermined. But in this case, this pertains to the green wedge between Penmawr and Dwygyfylchi to prevent the coalescence of these two settlements. And I'm happy that this container will not have that effect due to its scale, and I think it's only going to be visible to members of the football club on site. So I don't think it'll be detrimental to the open character of the green wedge. So I'm happy to support it, and I propose that we go with the officer's recommendation and approve.
Diolch yn fawr, cynghorydd Chris. Mae gennau cynghorydd Kay Redhead, os gwelwch yn dda.
Diolch. Yeah, I'd like to second Councillor Chris's proposal. I think they're a common sight on football fields around the county. So to deprive a football club of one, I don't think would be very fair. So yeah, I'm happy to second.
Ardderchog, diolch yn fawr. Mae gennau cynghorydd Dave Jones isio wneud sylw neu gwestiwn?
Yeah, I agree with what's been said. Only one thing. Will the container, what colour will the container be? Will it?
Matte black. Matte black, I'm told. Andrew, is that correct?
I believe that's their intention, but I believe there's a condition regarding the colour of the container. So we can control that, Councillor.
Could it be green?
Yes, potentially. It's just trying to minimise its visual impact, and green actually isn't always the best colour to use. Sort of a darker colour can actually assimilate better into its surroundings, but it's something we can control is a local planning authority.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on its background, isn't it? What the background it goes up against.
Na ni, gai alw ar Paul os gwelwch yn dda, jyst i wneud yn siŵr. Diolch yn fawr.
Yes, you're right, Councillor. I think it would very much depend on what other structures are there. I must admit, I'm not too familiar with the site, so I can't say which colour would be the most acceptable one, but we can have a look at that as officers and we can actually condition what appropriate colour we think it should be.
Diolch yn fawr. Cynghorydd Joe?
Yeah, can I just add, obviously they're a small club, painting a shipping container is going to be costly for them, and they don't come in bright colours. They generally come in quite muted tones, so I think they can just have it whatever the colour they want, because it's just going to add cost to them, which probably they don't have. Just my thoughts.
Dyna ni, jyst i fod yn glir yn fan hyn, mae'n deud yn fan hyn, the containers to be painted in matte black and will be placed onto a level grassland area to be overlaid with natural stone chippings to form a permeable hard standing. Yeah. Cynghorydd Dave i ddod yn ôl, yeah? Do you want just to speak again, Dave?
Yeah, I'd still like us to maybe condition that we look at the surroundings and see what colour would be more preferable than matte black. I know this condition has been made for other football clubs in the area, so.
Yeah, it's certainly something that we can look at. I would imagine that if the case officer hadn't been happy with the colour proposed, then it would have been set out in the report. So I'm presuming that by stating it's going to be matte black, they feel that that's the most appropriate colour proposed, but it's certainly something that we can go back and revisit.
Okay. Diolch yn fawr, Paula. Cynghorydd Kay.
Thank you for letting me come back. Yeah, we have a container in our community that we painted green for that reason, and it actually sticks out like a sore thumb. You'd think it would blend into the background, and it's actually the complete opposite. So having other containers in the area that are black or dark grey actually blend into the background an awful lot better than you would think. So I certainly wouldn't promote a green one, having one in our community. We regret doing that. So thank you.
Okay, diolch yn fawr. Cynghorydd David Carr.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I agree with Joe. If there's a cost to it, I don't think we should be going ahead. But if we are going to have a colour, then I think grey's probably the most neutral colour, isn't it? I should imagine. But if there's a cost to it, I think then I think we should stick with black. Thank you.
Ydyn ni'n hapus fel cynghorwyr I adael o i'r swyddogion yn ôl I doethineb? Ie, dyna ni, ardderchog. Iawn, felly mae gennau gynigydd, cynghorydd Joe Nacia, cynghorydd Chris a gyneilio cynghorydd Kay Redhead. Os oes mwy o siaradwyr, mi nawn ni felly mynd ag agor y bleidlais os gwelwch yn dda. Pawb wedi pleidleisio, diolch yn fawr, nawn ni gair bleidlais os gwelwch yn dda, Berwyn. Na ni, pawb yn unfrydol o blaid, ac felly dyna ni. Dyna yr cais ola, gai ddiolch I chi gyd yn gynghorwyr, yn siaradwyr ac yn swyddogion am eich gwaith y pnawn yma. Diolch a phnawn da.
Thank you, Chair.